Hello, everyone. Happy 4/4 Portal Day. I am totally honored and amazed to have Ismael Perez here with us today as we celebrate this auspicious day. So, Ismael Perez is the author of Our Cosmic Origins. He is also a starseed cosmologist. And I really wanted to invite him to have a part channeled message, like an experience for us for 4/4 Portal Day, beyond the usual Q&A interviews that he does a lot of. So, Ismael, for those who don't really know who you are, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So I consider myself an awakened starseed. From the moment I became conscious and aware of my human existence, I felt different. I felt like there was something different about this reality. And as a galactic historian and cosmic ambassador, my overall mission is to bring forth the next level of disclosure that will restore the Earth Terrans, and of course, remind as I'm reminding the star seeds as to who they are, in the overall endeavor of restoring the Earth back to the galactic community. So that's my main purpose and mission here. And I'm excited about coming to Northern California. So I'm going to be speaking at the New Living Expo in San Rafael, and I'm also going to be part of a panel. And I'm also going to be doing a personal attendance in Sebastopol on the 17th, which is going to be amazing. I'm excited about that. I'm going to be delivering a lecture revealing the entire cosmic history of the Earth and why it pertains to the times that we're living in. And then I'm also going to be doing a 3-hour workshop the next day.
Yeah.
At the is it called the Medicine Hall?
It's Soft Medicine.
Soft Medicine. That's Soft Medicine, where I'm going to be breaking down a lot of information regarding dimensions, star races, chakras, and it's going to be interactive. So of course, it's going to be fun, as we all learn together, because as much as I am a teacher, I'm also a student in this quest of expansion, right? And integration of and integrating really just aspects of ourselves that exist in other realms or the realities, so that we could remember that we are multidimensional beings having a human experience. And with that have said, let's continue our beautiful channeling session today.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. And so the links to those events will be in the comments below. So his lecture is Monday, April 17th from 7 to 9. And then the interactive workshop is Tuesday, April 18th from 6 to 9. And then also we just added that you're going to be a part of an EES session, which is the Energy Enhancement System. Deborah Giusti has opened the Energy Wave Center in Sebastopol, and you'll be present with us during one of those sessions on Tuesday, April 18th, and that's from noon to 2. So I'm really excited to be sitting in that session with you. I've been helping host the EES sessions, and they are really powerful. So I'm looking forward to that.
Likewise.
All right. Yeah. So let's get into it. So today we're working with the frequency of 4, right? 4 is the builder. It represents practicality, stability, balance. And the double number 4/4, the universe speaks to us in numbers, right? And so double numbers amplifies the energy of something. And so 4/4 invites us to figure out what our practical skills and abilities are for manifesting our spiritual goals. And so I would love to just find out a little bit more from you of like, what does 4/4 mean for you? What does that mean? And inviting in our abilities to build our new Earth together.
Just like every other number, it is the language of the universe, and it's also the language of the celestials. And so 4/4 is very significant because many believe it to be angelic, as a way to communicate from higher dimensions to lower dimensions. It is the language of the angelics, rather. And as we open up the 4/4 portal today, or as we partake in the 4/4 portal today, one of the main reasons that we are here as a reminder is to pretty much be anchor points of source energy, anchor points of celestial rays, so that we could integrate our physical body with our energy body, our astral body, our spirit body, in the activation of our subtle energy selves, and so that we could begin the integration process, so that we could become the physical angels that we were predicted to be in all the ancient records. And so that's what 4-4 is to me, is the integration point between our angelic self, or what others would call our higher Christ self, our celestial eternal self, with the human aspect of ourselves, which is who we are in this third dimension.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As you said, right? We're spiritual beings having a human experience, and I find that my son Cadence, you just met him beforehand. He's 8 now, and he is such an angelic starseed. He remembers a lot of his past lives, and you and I have spoken about this before. And one of the things that he does a lot of is he's a builder with Legos. And so there's like this block creates this one, and they build off of each other, right? And so in that same vein, what would you consider is the building blocks for our new earth?
Love. It's the frequency vibration of love, which is the highest in all of existence. And I think that's what is at the underlying foundation. That is the foundation of this new earth, is the frequency of love, which is the highest. And with that, of course, there is forgiveness, compassion, and understanding, but love is the glue and the foundation of the new earth reality.
Yeah, as I step into my embodiment, my higher self embodiment of Anistara, I feel that I'm here in service to humanity's awakening and taking a stand for love, peace, and harmony, because that is exactly the frequency that we all desire. I really believe in the core of humanity that we all want to live in peace and love and harmony with the land and with each other. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to just presence that you created a mass meditation earlier today, and some viewers here might have even seen it and witnessed it and was a part of that. And so is there anything that you want to bring into this moment from that experience and share with us?
Well, the theme of that meditation that a lot of us were involved in was global peace, was making sure that there is no negative timeline, not only for the celestial star seeds, but also for the Earth Terrans, so that we could have the most efficient, the most positive, smooth transition into the new Earth. So the whole purpose of having this meditation is to really just integrate the oneness of all living things, in a sense of establishing world peace through our collective effort, so that we could affect the quantum field in a sense where we could all, as they say, we could all happily shift now into the new earth reality. And that is our logo as a team, is we all happily shift now, so that we could have a smooth and steady transition and really avert any negative scenarios like, a pole shift, massive tsunamis and earthquakes, or anything that might be catastrophic. So that's what the whole purpose of our meditation was, is to avert anything that might be catastrophic, so that we could have a smooth transition into the new earth.
Beautiful. Amazing. So shall we invite that in a little bit ourselves right now? I have my singing bowl, and just drop into this frequency together and see what comes through. Yeah.
Okay.
Beloved family. Yes. Let's drop into the heart for a moment and just take some deep breaths together. We've had a lot of things that brought us here and tech issues that we experienced, and we're just going to drop in and let that go. Just take some deep breaths into the heart. Feeling our chest expand as we inhale, contract as we exhale. Letting go of everything that brought us here, letting go of the to-do list afterwards, and just dropping into the present here and now. And we begin to visualize light entering our heart and it beginning to experience the renewing energies of kindness and care, of compassion and love, consideration and collaboration. And we can feel those energies enter our body first and foremost, giving yourself those frequencies. And with the next exhale, let's expand that energy out beyond our bodies. And even further out to exit the room that we're in. Offering care, kindness, love, compassion, collaboration, until we're enveloping Mother Earth herself and holding her with a warm embrace. Let's hold this light energy, this bubble of energy around Mother Earth as we ask Starseed Ishmael to please bring forward the transmission we are all meant to receive right now, today on 4/4 Portal Day.
Thank you, sister. So I call upon everybody's higher self, their mighty I am presence, and bring forth the message that the light has already won the war, and that we have nothing to worry about. The earth is being protected by the many celestial beings, the forces of light that are caring for us this time. And through the collaborated effort of the star seeds, who are the ground crew, we have developed the network of light that is so impenetrable that no darkness could ever penetrate through our firewall that we've all created around the earth at this time. The earth is about to shift and graduate into a higher density. And for those that are ready, for those that are rooted in the new love frequency of compassion, brotherhood and sisterhood, harmony and balance, are all heading for a beautiful ride to this new reality. This new reality is something that has been prophesied about in all the ancient records. And it's going to allow the earth to once again shine like a jewel throughout the many, many worlds and the many heavens, the many multiverses. This new reality has been orchestrated by all the celestials, including ourselves. And as we all shift into this new earth, with that comes the restoration of our angelic abilities, our spiritual gifts, that many would translate as superhuman power, abilities, which is natural to us. It's part of our divine birthright to be creator gods and goddesses, and to be the new guardians of the new realms from this earth as we go out to new systems, and as we issue in new programs of creation from this earth. We get to play the role of God in the future. And so I hope we all remember our human experience and the limitations that we had, both the good and the bad, as we go out there and become guardians of the many realms, as we oversee the development of new worlds, as we see new systems coming into existence, galaxies and universes. Let us all remember to use our powers for good, so that we don't repeat what happened in the past.
Mm.
So with that, they want me to let everyone know that's hearing this message that we're all fractals of the one,
Mhm.
and that as we partake ascension, we're all going to be reunited again as one big omni self, as we all connect back to the oneness of everything that is. Now, the beauty of it all is that we're going to maintain our individual memories as we integrate with oneness. Because each and every single one of us is offering to the collective experience of the one that many call God.
Mm.
So let us use our bodies as vehicles to anchor in
Mm.
God source energy and fire up the grid to activate the crystalline structure of the fifth dimensional Earth Terra at this time, for all of humanity and for all living things, for all that is good, as we transmute all the darkness. For in the near Earth, no negativity will be allowed to exist, only purity and positive energy.
Mm.
So be it.
So be it. And let's ground that energy in now as we collectively bring our awareness to that light bubble, embracing Mother Earth, and just allowing all of that wisdom to enter her, to enter us and up and into our feet, into our root chakra, bringing that wisdom and that transmission even further up into our bodies, into our navel chakra, into our solar plexus, into our hearts, as we radiate that love frequency, bringing it up into the throat, the third eye, and the crown, and then connecting it with the grand central sun, pulling the magma warmth from the grand central sun down into our crown chakra, through the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, sacral, and the root, and grounding that into Mother Earth right now. And we bring our bubble of white light energy around Mother Earth. We're going to start bringing that in and in and in as it enters the room that we're in, as it enters our body again, and back into our heart. We may carry these seeds of the frequency of 4-4 today together. And just like sowing the seeds, we can go and plant them, we can water them, we can tend to them, and it will all come to fruition. I really believe that. What we believe in our hearts is what we create in our world. Thank you, Ishmael, for that. Beautiful.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. So I do actually have some questions for you. You spoke in your book, by the way, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, Our Cosmic Origin. And when I first spoke with you at 1111 Unified, I hadn't even received the book yet. I actually got it like the next day after I interviewed you. And then I read it diligently. And of course, there's like, you know, all my notes and underlines and circles and just amazing. I have so many questions, and we'll just start with whatever we can do with our limited time together. So, in your book, you spoke of how the millenniums and the saints, mystics, and yogis, Gnostics, and shamans understood and experienced that other unseen spiritual worlds beyond the five senses. So, how would you explain the multiverse or mother universe to a naysayer? Someone who does not believe that if they can't see it, hear it, smell it, etc. in 3D, then it doesn't exist. So
I
how would
guess
you explain it?
that's a very good question.
Thank
To a
you.
person who would, I guess, be under the category of agnostic or atheist, that says, or even a person who is just geared towards the extreme of scientific evidence, reductionist.
Yeah.
I would say, well, how do you explain feelings?
Mm.
You know, you can't see them. You know, you can't really use scientific experiments to explore what the love feeling is when somebody falls in love, or the hate feeling when somebody is in agony or in hatred, and everything in between. How do you explain emotions? You know, we can't explain them with numbers. We can't use calculations. There's no way of putting a feeling under a microscope and observing it. It's the same way, you know, it's the same way. It's, you know, it's real, you know, it exists because when you feel it, you feel it. How do you explain intuition? You know, everyone, whether they are psychic or not, there's moments where they have those inner promptings that either save their life from a situation or warn them about something, you know, or if they decide to ignore it, then they face the consequences and say, oh my God, I should have followed my intuition.
Yeah, every time.
And then I would also explain, well, you know, when you think of how radio and television work, you know, when you listen to a radio station, you have to actually interface through your radio. And how is it that a radio could occupy different variety of radio stations in one device, and then all you got to do is just tune the signal? Or when you're watching your television, how is it that your television has over 300 channels and it's just one box? It's the same way, you know. Realities are different vibrational frequencies of the same light spectrum operating on different levels of reality. So for those that and I would explain, you know, quantum science. You know, if you study quantum science, what is the first thing, what is one of the most famous experiments that really caused scientists to really reevaluate our existence? The double slit experiment. How do you explain that? That, you know, everything is a wave, and it's only through the act of the observer that the wave collapses into a particle form. You know, without the observer, everything is just one wave. So how do you explain that? You know, it's the same thing. You know, we live in a reality that is pixelated. We live in a reality that operates in like manner to an advanced video game. You know, the only reason we are perceiving matter is because our consciousness is interfacing with an electromagnetic field. But there are other electromagnetic fields that would allow us to perceive other dimensional realities. And so, you know, there's different ways of explaining other dimensions and different realities. And how do you explain multiverses? Well, you know, it's in superstring theory and quantum physics. You know, it's all telling us that many universes exist, that we're one of many bubbles, you know, that our universe is one of many universes, and that the theory of the Big Bang, which is the initial explosion that caused our universe to come into being, is an event that is actually taking place daily, you know. So I mean, it's hard to explain this to an atheist. They would have to pretty much research quantum science to really understand that we are living in a multidimensional reality, in that this is just one of many dimensions.
Mhm.
And through the realm of quantum science, there is evidence, well, as far as they've discovered, that there are 11 dimensions. But, as I reveal in my book, how the dimensions go beyond the 11th dimension.
Yeah. Indeed. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that actually brings something up for me because I was raised Christian Baptist. My mother was a very Christian woman, and I'm a recovering Christian, I guess you can say. And one of the things that really has come up is that in the book of Revelation, they say that, on the second coming of Christ, that God's people will leave the earth. Like, they'll literally not be there anymore. They suddenly disappear. And so I'm curious your understanding of, if somebody who's in 3D and experience, like, really wants to stay stuck in separation narrative and hate and like those frequencies, and not want to be in the fifth dimensional realm of love frequency, that like, can they be sitting next to me and I don't see them, or they don't see me? Like, I'm really curious. Or we're just all intertwining, still living together, but I'm experiencing things left and right, creation, abundance, calling things in, having it happen immediately, whereas somebody else is just like, bad thing, bad thing, bad thing happening to them. So yeah, what would you say to that?
I would say that you guys are tuning into two different frequencies, like a radio station or like a television set. And how do we tune into these frequencies? Through our thoughts and our emotions. Our thoughts and our emotions set the vibrational frequency that matches that parallel reality in which you have abundance, you have joy, peace, and everything goes your way. There, again, quantum science, there's an infinite number of parallel realities that are coexisting. So we're constantly shifting depending on your vibrational state of reality, which is generated through your thoughts and emotions. So for the people that are experiencing negative circumstances, it's because they're vibrating in a negative field. So the moment they shift their vibration from negative to positive, what they do is they just alternate into that alternative reality where everything is going their way. So that's the difference.
Yep. I think it really is a matter of choice too, right? Because it really is all a matter of perception. Like, for instance, last year I got in a really, really bad accident, totaled my truck, totaled our brand new travel trailer, all of the things. But my husband and I and my son walked away. We were totally okay. We were protected. I literally felt a bubble of light just go inside the truck car, and we weren't injured. I mean, a little bit, but ultimately, like, we walked away from that accident. And so much of it taught me, like, be grateful for your life. Every day is a blessing, etc. But the first thing that came to mind when it happened was, wow, I really look forward to figuring out or finding out why this happened. And ultimately, it was a plethora of things. I mean, we just have more gratitude for our life. My husband wanted a new truck anyways, like, just things, right? So it is a matter of perspective as well. And we can change our mind at any moment.
Exactly. Yeah. Things don't happen to us, they happen for us.
Yeah.
We could even use the negative experiences as a way to learn something from that and grow. Everything has purpose, in a sense where ultimately there is no good and evil. There's just experience in life.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's that Platonian, cause and effect. And I know Joe Dispenza speaks a lot about how we can be causing an effect in our life. I've been listening to a lot of his meditations recently, love his work. And so much of it reminds me of some of what you're saying in your book, and like the fact that we are creators. You mentioned something earlier about, we'll have the experience of being God. So what is your definition of God, or the one divine creator? How is that related to maybe the central sun theory?
Okay, so there is prime creator, which is the God with the bigger case G,
Okay.
And then there's the extensions of prime creator. As prime creator undergoes refraction or
The
division,
fractals. Yeah.
each aspect or each extension of prime creator also carries the properties of prime creator on a distinct different level. So you have prime creator, and then you have the Elohim plural for the different extensions of the one. And then in turn, the Elohim give birth to archetypes in the sense where we would call them archangels.
Okay.
And then in turn, archangels also give birth to their children through the process of refraction. So that's where we come from. We're part of that some descending celestial family of eternal lights as light beings. So we underwent descension so that we could undergo ascension. And the whole purpose of it is to integrate our eternal light spirit or light body with our physical body so that we could spiritualize matter, and so that our body could become eternal as well. And then that's of course that's what the main theme of my book is, to remind everybody that even the material universe has a purpose, in the overall expansion of the one. And so as we ascend and we integrate and we begin using more of our dormant DNA, we eventually are going to become immortal beings, and we're going to have abilities that would now be considered godlike. And so, but we're going to be gods with a lowercase g, in reference to the one the creator, of course.
Right. Okay.
There are many of those. There's many different types of extraterrestrial races that have abilities that if they were to come down into our level of reality through the lowering of their frequency, manifesting physical form and teleporting in front of us, or exerting some sort of telekinetic ability like a Jedi, then we would probably want to worship them, right? Think that they're gods or something. But that's where we're heading.
I would want to learn. I'd be like, teach me. I have my hand up. I'm ready. Yeah. Well, I also wanted to just bring up Project Restoration. So Project Restoration Zion, and you did mention what you're up to and what that's all about. So can you just explain for our audience why this is crucial to planet Earth at this time?
All right, can you hold on 1 second?
Yeah.
Sorry, second.
Oh, beloved family, I am so excited for him to come up to Sebastopol. My son, my family is going to be able to meet him. And yeah, I'll tell you what, like when I really got into the book, there's a lot of things that leaves me questioning. And at the same time, I have a questioning mind. And when we question our reality is when we get to learn and understand our truth, our inner truth. And so whatever is resonating with you, you can hold that in your heart. Whatever isn't, question it. Decide for yourself why. Maybe it's a moment of introspection and deciding, am I open to this? Am I not? Why am I? What's triggering? What's the resistance? Right? And so I love all new ideas. Hi, you're back.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. So so tell us about Project Restoration Zion.
Okay, so the reason I adopted the word Zion, it goes back to biblical reference. It really means a heavenly like utopia, a heavenly like world.
Okay.
It was also the millennial project that was established with Abraham through Melchizedek, and later carried forth through King David and Solomon, and of course later manifesting under the community of Qumran, which is the saints, the pure, the community that Jesus and Mary Magdalene were a part of. So that's what Zion means to me, is bringing forth a heaven on earth, which was an agenda that was carried forward through the lineage of King David, Jesus, Mary Magdalene. And then, of course, we hear it in the Da Vinci Code. The priority of Zion also has to do with the preservation and protection of the divine holy blood, which is now manifested in millions of people, Rh negative blood type. So that's what Zion means to me. So the reason I call myself Project Restoration, excuse me,
Yep.
sorry, the reason I call myself Project Restoration Zion is because I believe that the whole purpose of establishing heaven on earth is to, do the heavenly work on the earth as it is in heaven. So that's why I call myself Project Restoration Zion. It's to complete the great work of the ages that was carried through the Knights Templars, the Holy Order of the Grail, the community of Qumran, the Essenes, and then going back to Abraham and Melchizedek.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. So can you let me know, we have what, 4 more minutes?
Yes, we have 4 more minutes.
Okay, I want to know personally. Like I love Egypt. I'm going to Egypt. We're bringing a group to Egypt for 11/11 2024 next year. We talked about that. Would love to have you with us. And I'm curious, can you share with us when you think the Hall of Records will be revealed beneath the paws of the Sphinx?
Shortly after the solar flash.
Okay. Yep. This is something that I believe that all of humanity we're going to learn so much when that Hall of Records can be accessed. And I'm really looking forward to that. So, okay, wonderful. Well, I would love for you to be able to share with everyone where they can find you, what's your website, et cetera, et cetera.
My website is ourcosmicorigin.com. It's all one word. You could find all my links there. And you could actually order the new version of my book. It's the new version that was actually edited. I did have the first edition edited, but I was kind of sabotaged right before I went to print with all the spelling errors. But for the new version, there is no spelling errors. It reads clearly. And I also added a second chapter, a last chapter, or an additional chapter that actually reveals what happens after the ascension as we go into this final war at the end of the millennium. So it's a very prophetic chapter if you guys want to read. The second edition is a purple cover book.
Okay.
And that reads a little bit more clearly than the book that you have because everything was rearranged in the first book.
Yeah.
So the second book is a little bit more easy to comprehend.
Okay.
And I could give you the link, or if you go under Our Cosmic Origin, click the A for Amazon, it'll take you to the new version.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ismael, for being here for Portal 4/4 Portal Day. And is there any final words you'd like to share with us for closing?
Yes, I'm excited about Sebastopol. I'm also excited about the new Living Expo in San Rafael. So I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you in about 2 weeks in Northern California.
Yeah, as am I. And I will put all the links in the comments below to access those events. Well, Ismael, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Talk to you then.
Have a beautiful day. Take care. Bye-bye.